In 1987, two police officers patrolling a rural road near Manistee reported what remains one of the most credible and terrifying encounters with the Dogman. While driving through a quiet wooded area late at night, their headlights illuminated what initially appeared to be a large animal near the tree line. Assuming it was a bear, the officers slowed down for a closer look. But as the creature stepped into the light, it became clear this was no bear. Standing nearly 7 feet tall on its hind legs, the figure resembled a wolf, but its body was unnervingly human-like, with broad shoulders, muscular limbs, and glowing yellow eyes that stared directly at the patrol car. The officers froze, unsure how to react. Then the Dogman suddenly lunged at their vehicle, slamming into the hood with enough force to leave deep claw marks. Shaken and terrified, the officers quickly reversed and turned the car around. Dashcam footage reportedly captured a blurry figure retreating into the woods, but the video has never been publicly released. The scratches on the patrol car, along with the officers' credible and consistent testimonies, have made this sighting one of the most discussed and debated Dogman encounters to date. The Haymarsh Lake Incident, 1961. In 1961, a group of teenage boys camping near Haymarsh Lake in Big Rapids found themselves face-to-face with terror. Sitting around a campfire, they suddenly heard a series of chilling howls from the woods, howls unlike any coyote or wolf they had ever encountered. One of the boys grabbed a flashlight and scanned the tree line, only to freeze in horror. Standing in the shadows was a tall, dark figure with glowing yellow eyes. At first, they thought it was a bear, but as it moved closer, its humanoid shape became unmistakable. The Dogman stared at them for what felt like an eternity before letting out an ear-splitting howl and vanishing into the woods. Years later, one of the boys, now a police officer, recalled the incident, insisting that what they saw was unlike any known animal. In 1980, a truck driver traveling through the Manistee National Forest encountered the Dogman during a late-night delivery. As he approached a curve, he noticed something large and dark standing in the middle of the road. Initially assuming it was a deer, he slowed down, only to realize the figure was no deer. Standing upright, the creature resembled a massive wolf, its piercing yellow eyes reflecting in the truck's headlights. As the driver cautiously edged forward, the Dogman began running alongside the truck, its speed matching his despite the vehicle accelerating. The creature lunged at the truck multiple times before finally disappearing into the trees. Upon stopping at the next gas station, the driver discovered claw marks gouged into the side of his truck, confirming the terrifying encounter. In 1993, a farmer in Cass County began noticing strange activity around his livestock. Sheep were disappearing, and large clawed footprints were found in the dirt. Determined to protect his animals, the farmer stayed up one night with a rifle, watching the fields. Just after midnight, he saw it. A massive humanoid figure with the head of a wolf was prowling near the sheep pen. Its glowing eyes locked onto him as he aimed his flashlight. Despite firing a warning shot, the Dogman didn't run. It leapt over a 6-foot fence and vanished into the forest. The tracks it left behind were measured and found to be twice the size of a wolf's paw, adding credibility to the farmer's account. In 2003, a jogger on a secluded trail near Traverse City had a close call with the Dogman. While running early in the morning, they heard rustling in the bushes behind them. Turning around, they were horrified to see a massive wolf-like creature standing upright among the trees, staring directly at them. The jogger froze in terror as the dogman growled and slowly backed into the woods. When they returned to their car, they found long, deep scratches on the roof and hood, as if something had tried to prevent them from leaving. The Allegan County Camping Nightmare, 2011. A family camping in Allegan County in 2011 experienced one of the most frightening dogman encounters ever reported. On their first night, they were awakened by strange howls that echoed through the forest. The next morning, they found clawed footprints circling their tent. That evening, the father spotted the dogman watching them from the edge of the campsite. Its glowing eyes and hulking frame were unmistakable. Too terrified to stay, the family abandoned their trip. Photos of the clawed footprints were later analyzed by experts, who admitted they didn't match any known species. The Michigan dogman has left behind an unnerving trail of evidence: claw marks, massive footprints, and consistent eyewitness accounts from credible sources. Yet its true nature remains a mystery. Could it be an undiscovered predator, a supernatural being, or something else entirely? The chilling encounters above suggest one thing: if you're ever alone in Michigan's forests, you might want to think twice about what's lurking in the shadows. Dogman sighting in Pottawatomie County, Oklahoma. Back in the early 90s, when I was 19 or so, I worked nights unloading trucks at a chain retail department store back before they turned into superstores. Anyway, several people started to notice a coworker looked like she wasn't getting any sleep. One night, she told a few of us on our break that she was having to leave early and take the long way to work and back home because of something she saw. She previously always took a road called Moccasin Trail, but one night the week before, while turning onto that road, on her way to work, she said she saw a huge werewolf sitting in the grass, just watching cars go by. She said she had seen it on 4 or 5 occasions and just couldn't take it anymore. She said she was scared this thing was going to follow her, so she just completely avoided that road altogether. The way she described the sighting was when she would turn onto this road, her headlights would light up the embankment across the road, just enough so that she could see this big werewolf sitting about 30 feet up on the embankment. She said it would sit in the grass, with its legs stretched out in front of itself. She said it would most often be leaning back, supporting itself on one or both of its elbows in a kind of leisurely pose, just watching the cars pass by. She really seemed to be sincerely disturbed by her encounter. Over the years, I have heard several stories about strange happenings in that area. The Native Americans talked about stodgies and shapeshifters in that area. I don't know if that has anything to do with that girl's sightings or not.